This is Radio Free Cybertron. We're a Transformers podcast. In fact, we're the first Transformers podcast ever.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the first podcasts ever. I'm Brian Kilby. I've been here since the beginning. Since I was a young man. Now I'm an old man. That was Chris.
And of all of us here, I'm Chris or XV. I've been here the second longest of the people who are actually here right now.
And he's the second youngest. No, he's the youngest surviving member. That's bad because we actually did have somebody pass. Poor JD.
Yeah, but he wasn't younger than me. So
he was not younger. He was younger than me.
Yeah,
we have
by a little bit.
This is really depressing. Let's just stop right now. And
all right, good night, everybody.
We'll see you next week. Diecast.
Hey, everybody.
Matt.
And I have not been here since the beginning. In fact, I'm still currently the newest member, and I've still been here for like 9 years.
Yeah, Jason was here for a while, but Jason ghosted us.
Jason had like other things in his life kind of come up for him that he needed to prioritize. So like I don't
smart enough to focus on his family and get off of social media.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't hold it against him that he, shifted his priorities in life and we didn't make the cut.
I know.
Because like, if I could have those kind of priorities in my life, I would totally cut you guys out in a heartbeat. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
There's also Rob who did not cut us out, and he probably should have. But Rob, glad everything's going okay or going better. Glad you're here.
It's nice to be here.
Cool. Okay, so I still have to open all the stuff I got this week. Since most of it's still in shipping boxes, I'm gonna have to discreetly do that during the show.
You're not gonna have much time because we only have 2 news items that I'm aware of.
Yeah. So, God, I just want to jump into the news because why not?
Yeah, we might as well. We can do all the plug stuff later.
Yeah. So, our pal Willjack64, Josh discovered at his local Target in New York, Legacy Bulkhead in stock in the United States,
and Legacy Blaster.
Yeah, so he was the first one to find that, and that kind of just set off a chain reaction of Bulkhead and Blaster sightings and Legacy packaging everywhere.
Yeah, so our other pal, Richard Mistron, Vice Grip X, who is on the West Coast,
Pacific Northwest,
in Washington State, also found them. Looks like so.
It feels a lot like a coordinated, street date kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. And I have gone to Target 1.5 times since last week. Yeah, I don't like going to the store if I don't have to. I used to be in Target every day, like this time of year, every day. But
I am in Target every day on my lunch break because you never know when something will actually show up.
Well, you just want like a vacation from mowing lawns for an hour. I mean, it's understandable, Don.
Yeah, but I just can't bring myself to care so much. Even though I'm excited about Legacy because I actually do like it, I'm just in this funk with just stuff. I'm in this stuff funk. Yeah. Like it's not. I'm not excited about the stuff coming out. It's just I got too much stuff that I have now, and just the horrible realization has just hit me. It's like the worst possible time.
I feel you really hard.
See, I'm excited because I don't want most of Legacy, and I'm just thinking of this is a bunch of money I don't need to spend.
Yeah. I spent days pulling crap out of the storage building out in the back, and there's still all my loose toys in it. And I don't go through all that. So, yeah. I really need to do a sale. The thing, Kim was like, well, why don't you do an online store? Well, the problem in doing an online store with what I have is all the assets that I make, like images and stuff that I make when I sell something goes in the trash because I can only use it once.
Yeah.
Like the trick when you're selling stuff online is, have an inventory of the same thing. You only have to take one picture. It's such a pain in the butt making pictures and crap. That's why I don't even throw stuff on eBay. It just sucks. I just want to do a yard sale. Here's some Mitten Box Beast Wars stuff, 50 cents. Here's some G1 stuff, 75 cents.
Hey, I'll make the 10-hour drive to your place for those prices.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But
I guess Sorry,
I
Brian.
was gonna say generation stuff could go to Goodwill. I'm basically at that point.
If it's still sealed, just hold on to it and
Toys for Tots.
dump it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a thought. Go ahead, Don.
Yeah.
I say, I mean, what the good thing about Bulkhead is that at least there's some interesting things going on with the figure that I was not expecting as far as the transformation. It's not just kind of Inferno and Grapple. There's some of that skeleton in there, but there's enough there to make it be its own thing and not just.
Wait, you're talking about Bulkhead?
Yeah.
I'm
saying
another Grapple or Inferno.
I know,
We just got Inferno and Grapple.
I know. I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he's saying that in a positive way. Like, it's
saying
fresh
at
and
least-
surprising.
Yeah, it's surprising that it's got going on what it's going on. Versus what we were all thinking is like, okay, how much of this is just Grapple and Inferno with a new head? But it's actually very different. So at least there's that.
But they could do a Grapple and Inferno out of it. They could.
I hope they don't.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess that's why Road Hauler is going to be a Walmart exclusive, later this summer, because otherwise it would be too similar to Bulkhead on the shelf.
Yeah. Remarkably, visually similar, both green.
Yeah. So sadly, there's one thing that I am very excited about that I have. Oh, and I'm trying to open them both here if I can just get to it. That I also am not going to touch for years, but I'm just way more excited to have them, and I'll get into that when we get to what we got this week. Sorry. Yeah. So what's next? Like, we'll see the deluxes, I guess. That's probably what
I think it's going to be the core class stuff, honestly.
Oh, I just found core class Soundwave Studio Series.
Because like Amazon put up listings for Iguanas and Skywarp
For
with
the
shipping
ship?
dates April 1st.
Ooh.
So like that tells me those are most likely the next around the corner. In-store presence for those is probably going to be a little more challenging because of all the Dracodons everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But for distribution in general, that seems to be what's falling behind the Voyagers right now.
Well, as far as core class goes, I'm not sure how Studio Series core class and Legacy core class. I'm not sure if they're occupying the same peg hooks or not.
They're not.
They're not? Okay, because it's like my local Walmart sold out of all the Shockwave and Ravages, and then they got restocked with the entire hook. But I wasn't sure how they were, because my local Walmart is so tore up. I don't know what's on what shelf. Half the peg hook labels are missing. So I'm not sure what the actual layout is that I can read.
It'd be nice if your local Walmart had people that worked there that were paid enough to care.
Sorry, I'm about to type something back to Jacob on our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. We had a little conversation toward the end of pre-show. If you're a patron, you can listen to that as a podcast about the movie The Batman. And he was very, very much in love with the movie. It's like the movie he always wanted.
That's good.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah, a lot of people seem very happy with it.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it.
Yeah.
Just I have my issues with it.
I have some issues with it. And a lot of the stuff that my issues were with, you can see in the trailer.
And hear about in the pre-show podcast, tfradio.net/Patreon. Sign up today.
So Diecast wanted to mention something we don't have in our show notes, but I have no idea what he's actually talking about since I have been doing nothing but working this week.
You know how dangerous this is, Brian. You shouldn't let him go off script.
I can open stuff while he talks. So Diecast, go ahead and talk.
He's been pre-approved.
Oh, okay.
One thing I wanted to mention, I mentioned it on Twitter. If you follow me on Diecast2 on Twitter, is GameStop had a really good sale on a lot of pre-order items, which they don't do a lot, but it was either 10% for regular members or 15% for pro members on a lot of the pre-orders from Hasbro. So I transitioned a lot of my orders from Hasbro Pulse or Amazon just to GameStop to get that extra savings. And I think it even helped in my head knowing deluxes are going up to 25 because some of them were still at $22.99. And then with the 15% off, they were just under like $20. So, if I'm saving I was using some Dominomics if I was getting like basically like $5 off a figure. If I buy 4, I get 1 free. So I was using the Dominomics. Don, did you see that sale?
I did. I went and picked up the Megatron GI Joe crossover and one other figure because I had 2 on order at Pulse. I think it was BBTS, because I'm not a Pulse member anymore and all that mess with that. So I do want 2, but I got 1 at GameStop and then 1 from BBTS. So I'm saving about $15 there with the pre-order sale. I can't remember what the other figure was I picked up, but I saved about $8 on it with the sale. So I'm happy with that.
Just, diecast, the downside of that is that GameStop is fairly notorious for being unreliable with actually fulfilling their pre-orders.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing. Well, I always have Amazon as a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I hope the GameStop thing works out for you. Just like, it's not always a sure bet, unfortunately.
you know what? Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, Amazon ships before Hasbro Pulse.
Oh, yeah,
Most of the
Hasbro
time,
Pulse
yeah.
is-
Everybody
Hasbro Pulse
ships
is-
before Hasbro Pulse at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty slow.
Yeah, like 3 weeks to a month before.
Yeah.
Which bothers me
cases.
because I pay, for their premium membership.
Yeah,
And
that's a shame, isn't it?
And then they don't even
Yeah.
tell you when pre-orders go live most of the time.
Yeah. So I have no idea. I have no idea how much the membership even is to renew it. Is it
50
like
bucks.
$70, $50?
I think it's 50. I got a membership last year and I don't even remember why, but it's been worth it, honestly.
I got enough stuff through them this past year that it was worth it to get the free shipping.
Yeah.
But
that
now,
and the exclusives kind of.
I mean, the thing is, though, as far as Pulse goes, with all the competitor sites out there, them not doing the shipping, you've kind of lost a competitive advantage. Yes, you have your exclusives, but when you can't get the exclusives because they sell out, and if you're a premium member, even getting access to it, there are some of these exclusives do have other outlets, and those outlets would probably get them and ship them long before Pulse does. So I don't know what they're trying to achieve other than being just another place. It's like Pulse, when they first started, was like my go-to place for Hasbro branded properties. Now it's one of my last places to go to because if I can find it anywhere else, because I know I'll get it sooner and with a lot less hassle.
So I would just like to point out right now that everyone should come to our Discord server on Wednesday nights when we're recording the show live, tfradio.net/Discord, because right now Brian and some of our chat members are having a lovely, just like, movie club conversation while the podcast is going on. And Brian is supposed to be opening toys while the rest of us are talking. So he has something to talk about in what he got later on in the show.
I think I opened everything now.
Yeah.
tfradio.net/Discord, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's very true, Diecast, but we're also talking about Beware the Grey Ghost, which is one of the greatest Batman animated series episodes.
No, I'm Chris. I'm not Diecast.
Sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
I apologize. I'm just used to people being wrong, and I'm sorry, Diecast. But I'm saying, Chris, we're having a really great discussion on one of my favorite episodes, Beware the Grey Ghost.
Yeah,
That's a
That's
fantastic
because it is
episode.
one of the best episodes.
It's a
Don.
great
You are
episode, but I
correct
got
there.
to pull out. I got to pull out the. It's not really Johnny Carson. It's Dana Carvey, but the Johnny Carson. I did not know that GIF in the Discord, and that made me happy. I've been looking for a Johnny Carson GIF of that, like for the last week for something else, and I can live with it because I can't live with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing we should probably mention is I don't know where I saw the image, but there's an image of a movie Optimus Primal floating around, or possible movie Optimus Primal floating
Yeah,
around.
some Rise of the Beast or whatever the movie is called.
Yes.
Toys got walked out of a factory.
Oh, so they've been reviewed on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
they have. I just saw a photo, so
Yeah, no, I believe the coverage is from someone's YouTube channel.
This
so
stuff
it's-
just used to get post adult toys Transformers. It's YouTube gives it a much wider audience than than now than then.
I mean, it would get cross referenced on ATT. It would be on like a GeoCity site or something. Ah, the good old days. But yeah, it's an Optimus Primal with Tigatron, but Tigatron just has like cat and gun modes. And the gun mode is basically just like a gun with an eviscerated cat draped over it.
They took the concept of the gut gun a little too literal.
Yeah, no, that thought had occurred to me as well, Don. There is also an Optimus Prime toy, which looks like a much like simpler tier toy that people were kind of up in arms over not having elbow joints.
Well, if it's a
Um,
simpler tier toy, it
Yeah, that's what
doesn't
people weren't
surprise
really.
me.
That's what people weren't really taking into consideration, and like the standard thing where there's no packaging or their documentation with these stolen from the factory things means that the person who was presenting this could not put them in their correct context, and so as usual, the first impression on these toys is skewed into negativity. But like the Optimus Primal figure itself looks pretty nice. For what's probably something like mid Cyberverse tier toy for a comparison to what we have right now. Like this might be an equivalent to like a Cyberverse warrior class toy. Those are the ones that actually transform, like Hammer Bite. The Scout ones are the little ones that don't do anything but like bend over. I don't think these are like the main draw toys, like the equivalent to the Cyberverse Deluxe figures, but it's something kind of mid tier, but it looks good. It looks like Optimus Primal, just with all the colors removed.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
that's how you know it's a live action movie toy.
Okay, so Diecast mentioned that. One other item in the news, I saw this, but it just didn't really say much to me.
But Brian, there's Galvatrons.
Yeah. I don't like Minimates, so there's like Minimates, like more Minimates.
Yeah, but now you have to buy some Minimates because there's Galvatron.
And so there's an RC, Starscream, Jazz,
Coronation
Starscream, Jazz, and Galvatron. But I just don't like the aesthetic of Minimates. I mean, like back 20 years ago.
I don't really care for it either.
But like, I have a total of 4 Minimates, and they just never hooked me. And
Like, I think-
these don't do anything for me.
I think Minimates, to me personally, let me make that clear. I think Minimates would have more value as a collectible than a Funko Pop for something that exists in a similar space of same core thing, just with some details swapped in and out to represent it. Like, it's at least a little bit more functional as a toy if you want that. But yeah, the aesthetic just doesn't really do a lot for me. They do at least look a little bit more alive because they don't have those giant blank dead eyes. But something is just like really weird looking with that Coronation Starscream though that I can't quite put my finger on. Like, I think the legs might be too small compared to how big the torso is with the shoulder pads and everything on it. It just looks really off. The Galvatron's not bad, and the RC is probably the most reasonable RC we've had in quite a while.
Can anybody actually hear me?
Yes, now
We
we can.
can
Yes,
now.
now.
Okay, good. Yeah. I used to get a ton of these when they were pretty much the only affordable and not Matty Collector Ghostbusters figure option.
I have those.
Yeah, those I rather like those for that purpose. And it was another one of those things where if I'd wanted to, I could get like basically, everything in the world in that one scale and that one format. But just I feel like I wish they had at some point over the last 20 years they had upgraded that body a little bit, because it's
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's showing its age. It has some limits.
It's riffing on the Lego minifig, and it's not iconic like the Lego
No.
minifig is.
No, it's not. And it could, like I said, if it's going to be, slightly more collector oriented Lego minifig, if that's what they're going with, they could stand to improve the articulation a little bit. I'm sure it could be done by now.
Mega Constructs did it.
Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, that's kind of the thing. I think Mega Constructs has kind of taken up the kind of place that Mini Mates wanted to be in
Yeah.
terms of the stuff I collect. Yeah, mega can. I would prefer to have everything as mega constructs over Minimates easily. That's
Me
Yeah,
too.
those
just me, though.
mega constructs should be a lot more popular than they are because they're great little figures.
As I've
It's
been made to understand it, that's Lego's fault for like purposely making the stores sabotage them.
Yes,
Sounds
I
right.
believe
Mm.
it. Yeah.
yeah, because it's for one thing, it's a crime that the Borderlands line they did was like 3 figures long.
And
They
one of
could
those
have-
was a recolor.
Yeah, and one of those was a recolor. That's a series that if they'd really wanted to, they could have done blind bags forever. They could have done, some of the ridiculous vehicles and things out of the series.
They could have done Star Trek forever, pretty much.
Yeah.
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 We
just
could have had like the whole, next generation bridge crew by now, but no.
Deep Space Nine.
mhm.
Cool. Okay. Anything else? So, the statue.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
It's a Galvatron
Well, yeah,
statue.
I kind of figured. I mean, as these statues go, it's not bad looking. The styling's not quite to my taste, but my main thing is just that like the majority of Galvatron products, they didn't quite hit the right purple.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It like the face is a little off, and
Yeah.
It-
Well, I mean that I'm lumping that into the stylistic thing because that could just be, artist interpretation. But like I feel like the color should be something they would get a little bit more locked in.
yeah, just yeah.
This kind of has like, third generation VHS copy
We can afford to be picky.
through Toy Grind had a Galvatron video out on YouTube. Everybody take a drink. I'm not Don, but I'm gonna say this counts. No, I watched the video last night when I couldn't sleep, and it was really good. But like it, he proved that same point. Like we are not hurting for Galvatron representation. We finally have like unarguably good Galvatron to choose from now.
In 3
Yeah.
different echoes already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And one without battle damage.
Yeah.
Four
Four
different echoes.
Yeah.
we're pretty Galvatron spoiled right now.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Although
And-
I will always unironically love the Titans Return.
I still need to get the
Oh,
BotCon,
yeah.
BotCon Japan Galvatron. I thought I bought it last year, but didn't.
Is that the like shampoo bottle?
The PVC, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe I did get it and I just can't find it. Part of me thinks I got it, but like that's one that I still need to get.
Is that the one our old friend Thylacine was pursuing for years and years?
I'm pretty sure he had it. It's not that hard to get. The one
No,
that
I mean I
think he
know
might-
I know he did ultimately get all of those Galvatrons.
What he was looking for, if I remember right, was the red.
the lava bath one,
Well,
right?
No, the I thought he was trying to get the decoy, the Japanese decoy in red.
No, he was trying to get one of the big one, like I think you're talking about. That's what I understood.
Oh, okay, I don't remember. That was 25 years. Well, 25 years ago.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, damn. Okay.
Wow, that Galvatron statue is $300.
Yeah.
Well, as these statues go, that's lower end, honestly.
Yeah, I know. It's just considering how good some of the pop culture shock the PCS
Yeah, no, I
statues
was
look,
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I think I'll just wait and see if maybe they do a Galvatron. Because
Yeah, actually, a pop culture shock Galvatron statue would probably be really nice looking and way cheaper.
Or you
And-
could just put this on your wedding registry, Don.
Yeah.
Ah,
No, yeah, and unfortunately, we're sort of just sticking with a very narrow focus just for ease of.
More Galvatron in
See
your
if-
focus.
see if you can find that Unicron lamp to put on your wedding registry.
I've already looked, but I can't. There's no way to combine the two. It's not.
Damn.
It's just not. It's not feasible.
I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing. It's either the Unicron lamp or the Dungeons and Dragons Tiamat statue from the animated series. It's $1,400. So it's like,
I think a lamp is perfectly reasonable to put on a
Oh, sure.
wedding.
Yeah, it
But
is,
his
but
wedding
I
registry
can't-
doesn't work with that. His
Yeah.
registry is
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like a go fund on. Go
There's
fund
no
on.
write-ins.
Yeah.
Go fun Don.
Okay. Anything else news wise?
Oh, not that I can think of.
Okay, we can jump.
It
leave
seemed
your
like
money on Dawn's table.
okay, so like
Wait, no. I want to mention that. So like I am all, and the person who's posted this, I'm certainly going to listen, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I was a little taken aback today on my LinkedIn when I posted something about my job, like specifically about my job, not about anything else, like nothing related to the podcast. And somebody responded on LinkedIn, "Bring back It's a Done Deal."
oh
And I'm like, I can't respond to that. I don't. Yeah.
oh
So
It's a Done Deal needs some workshopping, and none of the parties.
It needs somebody who has time to produce it, which
Yeah,
is not me.
and none of the people involved really have time right now to.
and I don't
give
have
it.
the resources to produce it.
Yeah. It just does not. It does not have
Well,
the home.
I think we could
needs.
I think we could get rid of the actual call-in part, and we could probably
Well,
make it
yeah.
interactive with like Discord or something. I think the call-in parts. Fail. I don't think we can. I don't think we can do that.
It needs to be workshopped. It needs a focus group. A couple of things like that.
But I just want to say I love the passion. Thank you for sharing. Even though I was thrown off when I saw that, I appreciate the feedback. Just like next time, maybe like on an RFC page or Twitter or something, not on my personal LinkedIn.
Yeah. So actually, in the UK, a few people are legitimately getting iguanas already, because
Oh, yeah, I
In-Demand
saw that.
Toys got their some of their allocation of them.
Oh,
One of
nice.
the interesting things I saw, I put this in our Discord earlier. I'm trying to scroll back to that to give proper credit, but somebody on Twitter actually discovered it was Old Saint Rick at Slightly on Fire on Twitter who found that Core Classic Iguanas fits basically perfectly
I
in
saw
G1
that.
Iguanas' Pretender shell.
That is so
Oh,
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I responded to that. It's like you want to think it's just one of them things, but it's not the same group. But remember, they made Legends class Megatron backwards compatible with Masterpiece Starscream to hold him in gun mode. I can't help but think someone.
No, it's just a happy coincidence.
I don't know. It just seems like it's one of them things that you could believe it being planned as an Easter egg.
I think it's just a happy accident, but you do you.
Yeah.
I do kind of wish at that rate, though, that the new Iguanas was colored more like the inner robot colors.
Yeah.
That more lavender purple. Well, what would you call that? Maroon purple?
Maroon's not a purple; it's more of a red.
Yeah.
I'm not a color theorist. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can tell. They did also point out that the purple on the new Iguanas is a little bit different from the old one, which made them suspect it was perhaps based off of an old sun-faded toy. I kind of suspect more it's just like mixing purples for an accurate color match is probably not very easy because purple's a weird color, and especially with supply chain problems and everything, they probably got as close as they could. I don't think it's necessarily I don't want to use the word incompetence because of the negative association with that, but a poorly chosen source for their color matching. I think it's just probably this was the best they could do under all the circumstances.
But it could be like cars with paint. Like you could have one car that has the same paint code, but there could be 14 variants because they paint that same color for 2-3 years, and the formula can change very slightly as it goes down the line.
Though, I'm sitting here thinking about this, and if Hasbro sees this and they have core class figures and they could design deluxe size, I'm getting roughly deluxe size hollow shells, we could be looking at a $29 to $34 price point, but we could get Pretenders back that way.
We won't.
No.
Kids don't want to play with that. I mean,
nobody wants to buy a hollow shell.
Ostensibly, they sell these to kids. I mean, like the shampoo bottle stuff. They could potentially
Hollow those out.
Yeah,
I'm just
bisect it.
Put a door in it.
Well, I'm just thinking if they can make a better action figure now than they could then, and then they can design a better inner robot than they did then, and they could probably get away at the Voyager, at the newer Voyager price
Kids have
point.
more options than they did then.
Replace the RED line with that.
Yeah, I mean, I love where you're going with it, Don. I just don't think they still have to sell to kids.
Right.
I don't think they can make that hip for kids.
Well, it's like the whole point, the whole original point. And see, I'm not a big Pretender fan, other than Metal Hawking in the Japanese continuity. But
Gold plastic.
yeah, but I'm just saying, if they could push the whole 2 figures in one, the parents might see that as, well, I can get you this one figure, but hey, this has got 2
Parents
figures.
be like, I had that stuff when I was a kid. It was crap. I'm not buying that for you.
Well, that's true.
That's why the Siege Micromasters didn't do well.
Now. I had that when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I tried to give it to your dad, and he didn't want it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, with this new core class,
just as likely to be grandparents at this age.
I know it just seems like people have said they want Pretenders back, and this could be a way of getting them.
We want Pretenders back.
Well, people,
I have never uttered those words.
I haven't either. But I'm just saying, I know.
Okay,
I'm just saying it's more viable now than it has been in the past.
I disagree, but so Gaming Fix asks in our Discord, I wonder why third party hasn't made Pretender shells, and I would like to point out Fans Project tried to make Pretender shells for their Dino Force, and it was a huge bomb because of the massive production cost for this completely new kind of tooling that they had to get a factory to spin up for that to make the hollow PVC dinosaur shells for their toys.
And where are they now?
In my collection, because I have the set.
No, I think
but Don got them on extreme
Yeah.
clearance because no one wanted to pay what they
were going to be like $130 per shell.
Artfire 2000,
which was more than the robots to go in them were costing at the time. Sorry, Brian.
So Artfire 2000 had a Dino King set recently.
A
G1. Actually, for like $2,200. Which I would rather have than those.
Oh, sure.
The ones Don has, but like when you factor up all the price of the ones that Don wants, isn't it actually not like an order of magnitude? It's not. It's like twice as much, right? Like we're looking at like $1,000 for the stuff Don has.
Well, actually, I got them chosen prime
6 figures and 6 shells at roughly $100 to $110 a piece.
Yeah, so I would for that price. God help me if I would buy a third party, knockoff, Dino King when I could get a real Dino King for twice as much. Absolutely, I would opt for the real Dino King if I was going to drop that much money.
But yeah, the third party Pretender shells thing was an absolute disaster. Fans Project only made a very small quantity of those because, like I think Matt was saying, nobody wanted to pay what they were going to have to cost because they wanted to make them single piece rotocast vinyl, which probably was the right choice for how the figures were going to interact with them, because probably tooling them up where they peg together was not going to be reliable in the long term. But yeah, it was a huge disaster. I'm not saying that another company couldn't come along and try to do something like that again using more conventional techniques that wouldn't incur huge costs, but I think just the mass of plastic that's going to be needed to fit a fully functioning, transforming figure. It's just as expensive as third-party stuff is in general right now anyway. Even if you want something Iron Factory scale for the inner robot, you would still be looking at probably at least $100 for the shell add-on, and nobody's going to be going for that except for you could probably get away with it for Metal Hawk, because that's like the one thing everybody looks to as like a notable, desirable Pretender character. But in general practice, I don't think.
If like a Generations toy or a third-party toy fills that slot in your heart, people would go that.
Sure.
But for me, it doesn't. It's not the same thing. Generations toy is not the vintage toy.
But I would like to give props to Fans Project because they did They said they were going to do it, and they tried. And even in a limited capacity, they did get the shells made for the people that wanted them. So at least they tried to follow through on what they said they were going to do. And I do want to give them some props,
Man, that Dino King.
at least for that.
I need.
And now they're gone and bankrupt for it.
Yeah, I will never own Dino King. That's on my list of toys I'll never own.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted Dino King. It's just even if I walked out my front door and found $10,000 laying in the floor or on the ground, I couldn't pay $2,200 for a basically a Monstructor because he's about that tall, and it's just I'd rather
You can never tell what's going to happen with those pretender shells either.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the
I mean,
problem.
I'd rather get Battle Guy if I was going to drop that kind of or Minerva. But again, it's like I've said before.
Minerva costs about as much as a Dino King set.
Exactly, and that white
Ow.
plastic, you never know what's going to happen. And
Oh, yeah.
all the sheets can't save you.
Yeah. Okay. Did we get to what we got this week?
No,
Okay.
we
we
had
were
an interesting
trying to.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first because I have literally one thing, which I'm just going to
Sure.
mention briefly and move on. So Amazon put up pre-orders for two of the newest Mega Construx Masters of the Universe sets, the Land Shark and the Destructoid. That thing. So I ordered both, and the Land Shark got delivered this afternoon. I haven't got a chance to open it yet. It comes with screw you. I say that for our audio audience because Brian has both of his sets.
Yep.
The Land Shark does not come with like fully unique minifigures. It has a Battle Armor Skeletor with like battle damage deco on it. And it comes with a Roboto, which is probably different in some way from the single pack one that I also have, but I haven't had them side by side. I'm far less excited about the Land Shark than to get the other one, which has She-Ra and Hordak.
Oh, it's so great.
But that one should be here by this weekend for me.
Yeah, mine was supposed to be here this weekend, but somehow it shipped and I got it today.
Yeah, so my Land Shark shipped last night and got here today because it came from one of the Amazon facilities in Nashville. So
I was impressed to see that from what I was been seeing online, it looks like the Land Shark pretty much retains all the functionality of the original toy.
The chomping gimmick, that's pretty sweet.
It chomps and the treads move is what I saw, and that's pretty much everything the original
I didn't realize
did.
treads moved.
So the thing is, Mega Construx rubber treads have a bad and consistent tendency to deteriorate and break.
So
Oh my!
So the what was the Mega Blocks? There was something prior to Mega Blocks, wasn't there, that Tycho did back in the 80s? Well, I had a
wow.
tank set that Tycho's Blocks did, and they had treads, working treads, and they were actually really nice. And if I'm not wrong, they're actually still pretty well hold up.
I
good.
want to say that brand was actually just called Tycho Blocks. Now that
Might
you've,
have been.
mentioned it.
My Terrordrome's treads are holding up. I'm
That's
testing
good. I'm
them
glad.
right now.
I need to put that together. Oh, wait. Yeah, Terradrome.
Or Technodrome.
Oh,
Technodrome.
okay. So, Mike, I don't like what does the Terradrome I thought have like a tread, like if you rotate the thing around the top? No.
Well, that was Creo, and I don't know because I've never built that yet. It's
Yeah, I
still
haven't built
in
it
the
either.
box.
I didn't get the Technodrome. Okay. Since I did the two that I got, I also haven't opened those, nor have I opened Cup from Buzzworthy Bumblebee.
Oh, cool.
And I have Shockwave in the car. I forgot about it. And I got this weekend from Amazon. It's the Coronation Starscream. Actually, I should probably pop it open real quick just to make sure that it's that toy, and so I didn't swap it out.
Pop it open and be disappointed.
Well, I love that Voyager Starscream. That Voyager
too, but
Starscream is amazing. It's right.
For the price,
As a
don't know.
Voyager, it was fantastic.
yes. Oh yes.
But that
But
one
I
comes
mean-
with a chair.
Yeah, I mean, I have to believe
cape.
that someone at Hasbro wanted to get that chair out for a Megatron to sit in, but they couldn't find any other way to doing it. So that's
They released
how
that
they.
Megatron 75 times. They could do the
Yeah, no,
Siege Megatron again.
Yeah, no, Don, what somebody wanted to do was to make another Studio Series 86 leader something with a lower overhead while they work on more of the Dinobots. And the best option they had was to set up a Coronation Starscream and tool out a throne to, fill the price point.
So basically, it's a line filler.
Pretty much. I mean, Coronation Starscream is a valid thing to do. Takara's done plenty of them just themselves. And adding the cape and the shoulder pads and I guess the extra null rays, because that has to be a thing, I think probably would have just out budgeted the Voyager price point. So, gotta cycle up and then just add what you need to.
Yeah.
You know what would have made more sense though? They should have done it as like an exclusive and done it in really nice packaging with a window that you can see, and actually like set him up standing in front of the chair
with his arm
and
out or
have,
something. Never mind. That was
so you want it
Out to
to
the
be
side
an
like it's one pose. Yeah.
You want it to be an SDCC exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have with the
Kind of like
packaging,
they did with the Pit of Judgment, the Quintesson set.
exactly. It would have been
That's kind of weird, isn't it? The fact that it probably would work better as a more expensive SDCC set than a Voyager just costed up to leader with a bunch of accessories. Just like that really would just fit the pattern of SDCC releases more readily, and it would make more sense on some level.
Yeah.
That's weird.
The last thing I got, and Chris got it I think last week or the week before, is Perceptor series. It in and of itself, it's a fine enough toy.
It's a very competent robot, and it also is a microscope and tank.
Yeah, but like
That's pretty much all Perceptor needs to do.
no, but the thing is, it feels like Perceptor now, to be what I want, needs to be a Voyager.
Oh,
Because I want it to be like not a good, not a competent, but a working microscope. And you just don't get that with this.
yeah, you need the G1 toy for what you want.
Well, I've got the G1
Basically.
toy.
There you go.
But they now Soundwave is by default, unless you're talking about like a core class toy, always going to be at least a Voyager, if not a leader. I think Perceptor needs to be a Voyager. Also, like the colors aren't colors are a little off.
Yeah.
And all that, but it's a very competent robot mode, competent, Perceptor tank. But like, I want him to be a working-ish microscope.
The Titan's Return one had, magnification.
Yeah, it did.
They could do that at Deluxe. They just, did
they
not
can't
choose
now.
to. Or they just chose not to.
Yeah.
the other thing
it
about
wouldn't-
that figure is, and I kind of disagree with Brian that it's a competent robot, because either the hips are too big or the waist is too small. I can't figure out which one.
It doesn't
but
bother me.
Doesn't bother you.
No,
See,
let me
I
actually-
took it out. I'm like, man, this just
It's
doesn't
just-
look right.
It's just different standards of beauty, diecast.
Yeah.
Both points of view are valid.
Well, the main thing is it going to be worth buying again, Brian, when they redo it as Magnificus?
No.
I will buy it again as Magnificus. I am sorry to say I would prefer to have the Titan's Return mold as Magnificus with the head being Gamede, but
I have a Magnificus. I don't.
yeah, you got the E-Hobby one, which was made from Reveal the Shield Perceptor, I assume.
That's made. Wait, no, there's one.
No.
made
Did
from,
they do one of
the
those?
G1.
Because I thought,
No,
it was G1 with the
no,
Microman.
They did.
included.
Yeah, they did one of their Microman sets. No, the Reveal of the Shield is. I don't think anybody wants that mold again in any fashion.
I thought they did the Reveal the Shield one in black as a Magnificus
I'm pretty sure
later.
they did.
Yeah.
So G1, I just had to
Okay.
pull it up. G1 Perceptor also had the wide hips that extend out a little much, so it's accurate.
Yeah, they
as a
were-
Yeah, I mean,
toy.
it's
Yeah, the
kind
hips
of
on that toy are kind of weird.
yeah.
it's kind of necessary to make the microscope be right and also do the tank.
Yeah.
No, I'm very particular in my phrasing here. Studio Series Perceptor is a competent toy. It's not an interesting or exciting toy. Like I am much more excited with the Titan's Return one, because I feel like it does what it's doing better and has a little bit more playability to it. having the Titan Master.
So yeah, like I agree with that. And when I say it's a mini masterpiece in appearance, like it fits in very well with, say, the Kingdom, or the Earthrise Optimus Prime, like in that sort of aesthetic,
Yeah.
in that sort of quality, where that works really well for that Optimus Prime. It just doesn't work as well for Perceptor, because Perceptor's robot alt mode is a little more complicated.
Mhm.
I do want to answer Don's question. They will not paint it black first. What they'll do is they'll put it in Studio Series and paint the clear window.
Oh, Buttery Bumblebee will put in, you mean?
Yeah. Well, Studio Series Bumble. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Replace the clear plastic.
They'll replace the clear plastic and paint it.
If they make the color palette for the toy more toward like what the toy looked like, less toward like the specific lighting colors they used for that scene in the movie where they drew this from, I would be interested in that then, because that's one of my kind of big complaints about Studio Series Perceptor as is. Like Brian said, the colors are just kind of off.
Yeah.
If they shifted them back toward, where you would normally expect Perceptor's colors to be, I'd be more interested.
They did change the colors on Cup for
a little bit.
Studio Series line.
Yeah.
Just
Still need to
enough.
get that.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe someone's holding on to one for me, so I'm at least covered for Cup.
Nice.
That's
Just
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, before we move on, just a little bit of fact checking. Yes, there was a eHobby Magnificus based on Revealed Shield Perceptor, and the line was Tycho Super Blocks.
Super blocks. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, this is a competent, non-working, fake, useless microscope.
Yes, it is.
But I just
the interesting thing is the scope itself is held on by a screw.
Mhm.
So theoretically, someone could come along and make an aftermarket scope on here that actually had magnifying elements in
that'd
it.
be cool.
Because, if they can make magnifying glasses, eyeglasses that they sell for $3 at the pharmacy or Walmart, like a third-party outfit could probably tool up, a 2 or 3 time magnification set of little lenses to put in a plastic tube.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Who's next?
I'll go. I got one thing that I didn't even remember I was getting. Volume 4 of Fist of the North Star came out from Amazon today.
Cool.
It covers the Jaggi story arc through the beginning of the Cassandra arc, so we're moving along fairly quickly.
How many times does he say you're already dead?
In this volume, I'm only about halfway through reading it, but not many, if any, in this particular one. He kind of goes with other threats for most of the people here. So
that's the anime, the movie was like a formative moment in my teenage years.
It's worth reading the original manga if you get a chance. I'm hoping they actually finish it this time. This is like the 3rd attempt.
You're already dead. Sorry.
Oh, Ness found a picture of a Tycho Super Blocks kit.
Oh, I need to get. Yep, that's the one I had.
Mm-hmm.
Don wanted to go next.
Yeah, go ahead, Don.
Oh, I only got one thing. It was a very light week. I went ahead and just real quick. eBay messed me up a couple of weeks ago because they did not take out the shipping. They did not charge the shipping that I had down in my auction, and only took about half the shipping required. Not sure how that happened.
What do you mean they didn't charge the customer the shipping?
I had selected a priority mail. They took out standard shipping, but it was the standard shipping that's like these. I don't know. It's something the post office here locally doesn't even offer.
And that's talking about buying or selling?
Selling.
So like parcel select, is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think it was parcel. Anyway, the problem is I had priority in the auction, and they only got parcel select, which is about half the price. So they gave me
you couldn't upcharge as much. You couldn't skim off the top.
No, I don't. I always charge exact shipping. It's just the fact is they didn't take out enough to even cover all the shipping. So they gave me a credit to compensate for what I had to pay out of pocket above the shipping. So I used that credit towards Reboost.
Did you
Oh,
write them
there
a
you go.
polite letter?
Yeah, I found a seller on eBay that had it for $99 with free shipping, and I had that credit, so I got them basically for $89 with free shipping.
Oh.
And no one else was even in stock yet that I could
Is it
find.
Dononomics if they're just making you whole? Like, I wouldn't consider that Dononomics.
No, I'm just saying I got it. I mean, I got it for about retail, but I also got it because BBTS, TF Source, Chosen Prime, Ages 3 and up, all the big places were not in stock at all. It was all still pre-orders. So basically I got it for retail, but I got it long before, and it is actually cheaper than getting from Amazon Japan with the shipping by about $2 or $3.
So you can still get it from Amazon Japan.
Yeah, but
Why
I'm
would
just
anybody
saying.
wait?
I don't know. It's. I mean, for some reason, maybe because I've had stuff that ships from Amazon Japan, and I've had stuff that don't. Yet, far I can tell, it's the same seller. So I don't know. But anyway, I got Reboost, and now I have a copy of the mold. I wasn't going to swap out skids for Savant, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this guy is.
He's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I still need to get one. A Reboost.
It's really good.
It is great, yeah. Cool. Okay, who else?
All right, I'll go. So, thanks once again to Headmaster Don. He
The
picked up
Headmaster Don. Perhaps you've heard of him.
Yes, the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee version of Cup, and I mean I love it. Like, no more clear plastic, which on Cup wasn't a big thing anyway because none of it was structural. But it's still just nice to have that nicely painted bit there. They did change some of the plastic colors too. I actually find myself preferring like different things about each. Like I like some of the plastic colors, like the more minty or green colors on his legs and arms on the original Studio Series release. But this one doesn't have the clear plastic. So.
And I'm still looking for Cliffjumper, and my Target has not got anything in since I found
my Target
ours.
hasn't gotten Cliffjumper in, or I missed it.
This was the really important one. Cliffjumper will just be extra if you can find one. I will appreciate it. But yeah, I really like this one. So the other Studio Series Cup has been promoted to Target Master, so he has ascended on high to my Headmaster shelf. So now the Titans Return one is just the Japanese one is a fiddle toy. So
I just realized in the YouTube chat that Blade Raider is that Twitter Starscream's Taylor account. I had no idea. That's funny. He's just it's a Garak reference. He's just a simple tailor or whatever. And I'm like, I have to know who this person is.
And the other thing I got is the Walmart Marvel Legends Doctor Strange.
Oh, cool. So I got didn't remember ordering it. Until I opened it, I didn't remember why. It's the Iron Man from the
the 20th anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize those were out yet.
What?
I didn't realize those were out
Shipped
yet.
from Pulse.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah, that's because I just saw that Doctor Strange go up last week when I asked you if you wanted it, Matt. I haven't seen anything on that Iron Man since they solicited it.
Yeah. By the time you would ask me, I had already been charged and it had been shipped to me. So
I also got like 3 more bats this past week.
Doctor Strange was really nice. I wasn't aware originally that he was an online exclusive. So
that's a nice Doctor Strange. What kind of packaging is he in?
Really is. Just standard Marvel Legends.
So not like
it's not a deluxe
vintage
figure, no.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the only 2 things I got today.
Cool. Diecast, what'd you get?
All right, this is the thing I was fiddling with before the show that people were asking about. This is the
Not Spot.
Yeah, I like that. It is Generation Toys Foo Fighter because he's fighting fire. So
Fighting
Yeah.
Foodons.
So is that part of? Is there a combiner?
yes, this is the last part. It took forever. I have not transformed it yet, but I can tell you
It's beefy
This-
looking.
plastic feels cheaper than
really?
the others.
It looks
Oh.
nice.
Thin.
Not my thing, but it
does
looks
not
nice.
feel. It does not feel like a quality. It kind of feels like a cheap knockoff.
So, I mean, you generally don't want the center bot that holds everything together to be the cheap one.
Yeah, the center cannot
no,
hold.
yeah. Things don't tab together quite that great on this, which is concerning because I haven't even transformed it yet, and I'm already finding panels and stuff that you have to force in order to get them to tab in how they're intended.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm happy that I can find, I finally have the fifth member of the combiner that, basically took 2 or 3 years to get all of them. Yeah, it's generation toy.
That's another reason I can't do third party anymore.
Ooh, I don't feel good about transforming this thing or combining it.
Now,
yeah,
are
that-
you getting the Mastermind Brute Defense Sword now since you've got the generations?
Yes.
Of course. Never mind. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also got. I forgot to mention this last week. It was in the pile of stuff too. Came in with the Bumblebee stuff, but I got Bumblebee Wheeljack, Cybertron Bumblebee Wheeljack.
Oh yeah, you had left that in your car or upstairs or something last week, didn't you?
Yeah. And then this is not the same as last week. This is a new one, a new Ratchet.
Oh, one that's
So-
hopefully not yellow.
Yeah, hopefully not yellow. And since I lost the one hand with the gun,
You never found that?
no, I still
You've
can't.
never
find
been
it.
in that room. If
Okay,
you had,
well-
you would understand.
I probably understand better than you think.
This is why I ordered a Corvette, so it'll cut down on my toy purchases.
You say that, but it really won't.
At what point does that kick in? It's like
I
I
thought
bought
you
a
were going-
house. I bought a house and that hasn't helped any.
Diecast
I-
also
Yeah.
bought a house several years ago, and if anything, he bought more toys after that.
I
Yeah.
thought you were going a totally different place with that. I thought you were going to say that's why I bought a Corvette because it's too big to get lost in the room.
Isn't that why you buy a house to put more toys in it?
Okay,
that's
but
what I
like
did.
you buy a house and you cut back on other stuff for the first year or two while you recover from paying the down payment at least. But no, Diecast, if anything, he got in the house and immediately started buying more stuff than he had before.
Yeah.
Well, there was
Yeah, pretty
space.
much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, his new house is way bigger than his old one was. So, you had to do something with all that extra room.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents still tell me the story about how when they moved in this place 40 years ago, they, looked at it and went, look at all this space. And now that there's 5 of us here, there's not that much space.
Yeah.
I have just 900 square feet just to put crap in down here. That's the whole basement space. But that my old house was 1,600 total. So I have more crap than I did 2 years ago when I moved. It just happens.
So I pulled him out, and those 2 leg panels are definitely a little bit yellower, but they're not as bad as last Ratchet I got. So
Yeah, I feel like you can kind of see the difference on
Yeah, I
camera.
thought so
It's
too.
the thighs, right?
at least it's more uniform than the other one was, because the other one, the one side was visibly yellow.
Well, Diecast
Are
maybe
those? Sorry, Don. Let me just ask this question because I'm curious. Do they feel like they're a different kind of plastic than the rest of it, or
I think we tried to establish last week whether those were nylon.
okay, yeah, because I missed that. But yeah, I'm just
I
I don't get
know,
this.
to be honest. I don't know why they would need to be.
Well, thigh parts are typically the unpaintable plastic because of the kind of stress they have to endure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because the nylon will bend more than it will. Nylon doesn't really break, except under like tremendous force, and you kind of need that in the main leg joints.
Well, Diecast, since the yellowing is so very light, would now be the time to try to use one of the whitening techniques since it's only just starting or it's only that very light. You wouldn't need to like nuke it from orbit to get it back to the regular color.
I don't know.
Yeah, just splash some Clorox on it. Probably be fine.
Totally fine. Anything else?
Then I also got the mutated Shredder, the Transformers Power
Oh,
Rangers.
you were talking about that in
crossover.
pre-show, and I was
Shredder. Yeah.
paying
Yeah.
attention. I thought it was like just some weird character that you were calling Shredder. That really is Shredder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's from the comic book crossover.
And it
From,
has a
Boom.
soft
Yeah.
goods cape, and it's pretty nice. I can't wait to get it out of the package.
Cool. Anything?
But yeah, I think that's it. Other than my Hulkbuster, which I put on my Twitter at diecast2, that thing is mostly diecast, and it's heavy and it's beautiful.
Cool. Okay. Thank our patrons at patreon.com/tfradio at the touch tier. Hey, if you guys are patrons at the touch tier, you can be on the History on the Fives podcast. And the first episode should post before this episode posts. So if you're listening to this in our feed that says all Transformers podcasts, just look
up
yeah,
or down.
Look up or down. Look down. It's probably be down.
Yeah.
It'll be sorting, descending, I'm certain. And that's going to be the episode before this one. And it's really fun. We're also going to have a video version of it, which I've got it uploaded. I just need to distribute it to the different networks. But yeah, so we're going to make it available in a lot of different ways. And one, I think it's great content. Two, I hope it brings in more patrons because we need to do that. Patreon.com/TFRadio. If you're also listed on the show each week, we give you a shout out. And you can find the list at tfradio.net/credits, which is what I'm doing right now, so I can read it off. Kevin Dorsey, thank you. Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Mike Mallory, Jay Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Spider Bob, Tyrell Gwen, Rick Mahurin, Blake Reynolds, Vegemite Mike, and Jason Tate. Thank you so much. All these folks here can be on the History on the Fives podcast. If you want to be on, seriously, just sign up and then send an email to contact@tfradio.net. Let me know that you want to be on. We'll just make sure that you have like a suitable connection and headset or whatever, and we'll hook you up. We use Zoom, so you have to install Zoom, but it's painless. Everybody uses Zoom these days. Yeah. So again, thank you. You can also help us out by shopping at our Amazon link at tfradio.net/Amazon. Like, you can go ahead and get that Monstroid set, pretty sweet, or the Landshark set, both from Mega Constructs. There's tons of stuff there. Like I said, I got the Studio Series 86 Starscream. You can find out all that stuff at tfradio.net/Amazon. Rob Springer, not here. You can find him at Robo Rob Springer on the Twitters. John DeLuna, not here. He is at That John D everywhere. Rob's also at zonebase.org. You can find him and his podcast and stuff there. I am on Twitter at bkilby and on Instagram at Brian Kilby. I've been posting some weird pictures lately. I got my 5-year-old daughter a talking Chucky doll, and she loves it.
It's great.
She loves it. But apparently yesterday at daycare, she was telling all the kids and the teachers about how her daddy got her a Chucky doll, and she got in trouble. And I got in trouble. But yeah.
Did you get in trouble from the daycare people or from Kim?
From Kim. Yeah, Kim
Okay,
was-
just making sure.
Yeah, but I so there was an assignment like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she said she wanted to write horror movies. So happy. I'm winning with that one.
That should be an acceptable answer. I mean,
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Her teacher thought it was great. Kim was excited to tell me. Yeah. So she wants to write.
So that wasn't what got her in trouble.
No, that
And
was
you
not
in trouble.
No. But kids ask who Chucky is, and if they can have a Chucky doll, yeah. Yeah. So, but you can find all those photos at Instagram. You can also find my website at briankilby.com. Eventually, I'll post other podcasts and stuff there. The stuff's in flight, but it's just flying more slowly. Donald, how do people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me now at 2 places. First place is, of course, on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. Second place is I can be reached at carnival.honeymoonwishes.com, where my fiance and I have decided to go on a carnival cruise as our honeymoon. And we have put our list up again at carnival.honeymoonwishes.com. Search by my real name, and you will see our list of things that we would like.
What is your real name?
Oh, if they know, they know.
They know.
Is it Don or Donald?
It's Donald.
Donald.
Okay, that part's
Ferguson.
important.
Yeah, Donald Ferguson.
Perhaps you've heard of him.
Perhaps you've heard of me, yes. If you would like to help out and are in a position...
Have you a wedding website? You have a wedding website?
There's a link to the website, but it really doesn't do anything. It just sort of just sits there. It doesn't even redirect you to the cruise website.
It just
So I'm
says
not...
yeah.
Yeah, it's got a countdown counter. That's about all it does, really. But yeah, so if you are in a position and would like to get us something to help us enjoy the cruise a little bit after paying for the wedding and the house and everything else, that's there if you would like to help us out.
Ooh,
with the
I
cruise.
can get you a deep cleansing shave.
Yeah, that's we've got on there a couple of things. It's not a lot. It's the couples massage, because we both way my knees have been lately.
They massage your knees?
Well,
I think you just need like an orthopedist for that, Don.
Maybe.
you know how you get on the cruise and they do like a stuffed animal on your bed or something?
I've never
we, like,
been. I've
give
never
them-
been on. I've never been on a cruise, so I don't know. This is my
Okay.
first time.
Can we give them like a Supreme Cheetor and have them set that up on his bed when he goes into the cruise?
And then when I come back from the cruise, you die. So it's a circle of
It's
life kind of
win-win,
thing.
yeah.
Circle of life kind of thing. We basically, I've got on there for the shave. I've got some manicure time for her, couples massage, drinks by the pool, and just a general fund to help out with the cruise. So again, if anyone is in a position to help out and wants to help out, we would appreciate it. Don't put yourself out if it's going to cause you some financial difficulty. Nothing
Put
on there.
yourself out. Help Don out.
Yeah, everything is like $25. There wasn't anything cheaper
How
to put on there.
do you
So-
actually, like, I just did the drop down. It's not like a submit button. Huh. I guess I need to sign up.
Don, you're not holding your
And
button
you're-
down.
Yeah.
No, I mean you shouldn't have to sign. You shouldn't have to sign up. It should once you search for my name, it should give our names there, and then you just pick the honeymoon registry.
I did. And it's maybe it doesn't like Chrome. Maybe it wants like Internet Explorer 6 or something. Let me figure that out.
Safari.
Maybe it wants
Well, we
Netscape
have
Navigator 2.2.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I have it. If you go to my Twitter account, I have it as a pin. I pinned my first tweet for the first time today.
Good job, Don.
Which is that one. Also, if you look for me on Facebook, my very rarely ever used Facebook account will have links to it as well.
Okay, so yeah, and I will keep trying to add something, and we'll get this. We'll get this in here, Don. Cool.
But that's I went and got fitted from. I'm a little story real quick. Went down a minute.
It didn't do it in Chrome. The checkout pops up in Edge. It popped up so I can go ahead and check out.
Oh, thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. Now we went to Men's Warehouse because that's where most of my groomsmen. I'm not gonna have a best man. My cousin and my two best friends. My third best friend just simply cannot make it due to living in California, and we're all going to be. I've got 3 groomsmen, and one's going to pass the ring to the second's going to pass to my cousin. We're going to work out like that. So I went to Men's Warehouse because everyone has a Men's Warehouse close to them. The downside is I went in there and I wanted a banded collar, and you can't get banded collars anymore apparently. And I'm
What is a banded collar?
It looks like
is that the thing the priests wear?
It looks a lot like a priest collar, but it depends.
I was thinking a joke.
No, actually, it looks a lot like that. But you can put a button cover on it. You can without having to wear a tie. But again, when I worked for them in the mid-90s, that was very popular. But apparently,
was that before or after service merchandise?
That was after service merchandise. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I've got the tux on order. I've got the vest on order. So it's shaping up.
They seem to have banded collar shirts on Amazon, Don. So you may want to try that wish list. But
I do, but I also don't want to die because I have been told if I wear that, I will die.
Okay.
So that's something that she does not. Yeah, she does not want me. She does not want that for me.
Well, all that ends well, I guess.
Yes, I'm still breathing. That's always good.
Well, if the collar was a little too tight, you'd also have a breathing problem. Yep. So
Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast, and you can see my reviews on YouTube at RFC Reviews or tfradio.net/reviews.
Chris.
See, this is why we need a Don deal. Although thinking on it, we need to come back around to recording some of Don's BotCon memories for throwback.
We really do.
We left off somewhere around the year 2000, I think.
I'm in the process of trying to edit those into like podcasts. So I'll let you know where we stopped, and we can maybe do it next week.
Anyway, as for me and not Don, I'm on Twitter personally at ChrisRTXV. Haven't really done much lately interesting there. I feel like I haven't been using Twitter that much recently, which is probably better for me in the long run, but that's neither here nor there. For toy photography stuff, on Twitter it's at playwithphotos or playwithphotography.com. If you'd like to throw some support my way for the toy photography stuff or just help me out a little bit, you can do that via Patreon at patreon.com/playwithphotos. And if you would just like to throw, random goods at me, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist. And if you do, some random act of kindness at me through that, RFC benefits a little bit through the affiliate program.
Cool. Rob.
Okay, I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails. That's the Twitter for my YouTube channel Flail Throughs, which still mostly covers Gundam games. It's just going to be Gundam Battle Operation 2 until things stabilize a little bit. So if I think I wound up taking my mom to the hospital between episodes, so that's what's up there. She's doing okay, but it is, I'm not in a place to be recording hour-long gaming sessions of G Generation anytime soon. So that'll be back eventually. But Gundam Battle Operation continues because I had a pretty good backlog of that built up. And I'm going to try and get the weekly update done tonight, so watch for that Thursday morning. If you like what I'm doing over at Flailthroughs, you can go to patreon.com/flailthroughs and throw money at me for it. And I will take requests for various games I am playing. And I also have a Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/playlist, which, just like Chris's, helps out RFC through the affiliate program.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Is that it? That's it.
That's it.
Sweet. We're done. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
And that's a Don deal.
And I get a quarter for that.
Yeah.
Recording stopped.
I think, Don, you should have an email telling you that something came through, hopefully. I think.
I'll see you guys. I got to run.
Good night, Diecast.
Take care, Diecast.
Good night.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop in a little bit here too.
Yeah, people watching live, I'm gonna kill the stream because I'm going to bed in a second. So we will see you
Good
next
night,
week.
everybody. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here. Bye, YouTube.
Sorry, pre-show that you got to see was short.
Yep. The pre-show
Be a
was-
patron. Be a patron. We'll probably have the recorded version be the full length.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Haha. Bye. Yeah. Full length for Patreon.